As a teacher, science, explained to students in easy way, should include all the content. 7.5 Light energy. Light is very important for vision. Therefore, since ancient days, various methods were used to produce light. Green plants use light energy for the process of manufacturing food called photosynthesis. Assignment 7.4. Tabulate the materials used in various light sources to produce light. Source of light. Materials used to produce light. Electric torch, dry cells, candle. Torch made of dried coconut leaves / hulu atha. Kerosene lamp. Table 7.4. Science vertical bar, forms of energy, and their uses 98. In addition to get sight, there are other purposes received from light. One of them is the generation of electricity. Activity 7.9. You will need :a solar panel, an electric motor, a torch bulb. Method: connect the electric motor to the solar panel and expose to light. Note down the observations. Remove the electric motor and connect the torch bulb. Discuss what is revealed by the observations. Figure 7.14. The electric motor and the torch bulb were operated by light energy. Thus, it is clear that light energy can be used for various purposes. The main source of light to the Earth is the sun. Though a large amount of light energy falls on the Earth from the sun, only a very small amount of light energy is utilized. So there is an increasing interest to use light energy of sunlight, solar energy, in large scale today. Energy transformation that occurs when electricity is generated in a solar cell is given below. Solar energy, electrical energy. Green plants manufacture food using light energy. This process is known as photosynthesis. Here, light energy is stored in plant as food. Energy is supplied to the whole living world by this food, produced by plants. Do you know? Self-assessment 3. List out some other instances where light energy is used. 7.6 Heat, thermal energy. What do you feel when you bring your hand close to a flame? What you feel is the heat energy. Heat is a form of energy which is very important in doing various types of work like cooking food. Let us do activity 7.10 to understand more about heat energy. Activity 7.10. You will need a glass bottle, 750 milliliters, vessel to dip the bottle, a balloon. Method: fix the balloon to the empty bottle. Take hot water to the vessel and dip the bottle into it slowly. Note down the observations. Discuss the reasons for the observations. Figure 7.15. The balloon is inflated because of the increase of the volume of air inside the balloon due to heat energy. More things can be done by heat. This will be clear to you by carrying out activity 7.11. Activity 7.11. You will need :a candle, PVC tube / pipe, a piece of paper, a boiling tube with water, a test tube holder, a pair of crucible tongs. Method: light the candle. Hold the piece of paper to the flame of the candle. Observe what happens. Figure 7.16. 100 Science vertical bar. Forms of energy and their uses. Heat and fold the PVC tube. Heat the boiling tube with water. Note down the observations of each instance. Discuss the reasons for the observations. Deformation of things, melting, burning, and evaporation can be caused by heat. The reason is the energy contained in heat. Today, heat energy is used to generate electricity, to drive steam engines, and many other purposes. Let us construct a setup that works by energy of heat. Making a steam turbine. You will need : a small tin can, a sheet of aluminum, a cork stopper, few pieces of thick wire, a tripod, a burner. Method: bore a small hole at the middle of the lid of tin can. Put a small amount of water into the can and close the lid. Make a turbine fixing pieces of aluminum blades to the cork stopper. Using the pieces of thick wire, hold the turbine above the hole of the tin can. Place the setup on the tripod and heat it using the burner. Discuss the reasons for what you observe. Activity 7.12. Figure 7.17. Electricity is generated in thermal power stations by rotating dynamos, connected to large turbines, which are driven by steam. Figure 7.18: parts in a thermal power station. Self-assessment 4. Write down the energy transformation that occurs in a thermal power station. It is heat energy that is responsible for occurring winds, driving water cycle, drying of clothes, and so on. Assignment 7.5. List out 5 occasions where heat energy is used. 7.7 Chemical energy. Chemicals can exist as solids, liquids, or gases. Large amount of energy is stored in most of the chemicals. Energy stored in chemicals is known as chemical energy. Let us carry out Activity 7.13 to understand facts about chemical energy. Activity 7.13. You will need a candle, a box of matches, dilute hydrochloric acid, a piece of magnesium ribbon, and a test tube. Science vertical bar. Forms of energy and their uses 101. Method: light the candle and fix it on the table. Observe it for a few minutes and note down the observations. Put the piece of magnesium ribbon into the test tube with dilute hydrochloric acid. Note down the observations. Figure 7.19. The candle, dilute hydrochloric acid, and the piece of magnesium ribbon are all chemical substances. There are chemical substances in the dry cell also. What is released in Activity 7.13 is the energy stored in chemicals. Assignment 7.6. Write down instances where chemical energy converts to other forms of energy. Chemical energy is stored in food, kerosene oil, fuels like firewood, firecrackers, and matchsticks. It is also the chemical energy that is stored in destructive objects such as bombs. The energy transformation that occurs in a dry cell is given below: chemical energy, electrical energy. There are more forms of energy, other than those we have studied so far. They may be considered in the future. Science vertical bar forms of energy and their uses 103. Energy is necessary to do work. There are various forms of energy which are utilized to do various types of work. Some of them are mechanical energy open parenthesis potential and kinetic close parenthesis, electrical energy, light energy, heat energy, sound energy, and chemical energy. Conversion of one form of energy to another form is called energy transformation. Most of the appliances we use work by various forms of energy. One form of energy is transformed to other forms during the operation of various appliances. Thank you for learning about energy forms and their transformations with us today.